Welcome to Taking the Credit, episode 55. And disclaimer, this one may be short because we have an emergency to deal with.
An emergency?
Pizza. So, yeah, we are going to have some pizza for Chelsea's birthday, and it's going to be good. White pizza, good choice.
And then we're never eating food again.
And then we may not eat food again. Good call.
Yeah.
I
have leftover Chipotle. I have leftover wings. Like, I'm feeling like a real chunk after this week.
Are we going to stop at the grocery store on the way
Might
back?
as well.
Probably should.
Yeah. I need all sorts of stuff. Ooh, speaking of, I was going to make a list.
Nice. Yeah, we need all the essentials. Hiccups. Ooh. We need all the essentials for sure. And that's probably it.
Bananas.
Oh, that's all I want. Bananas, peanut butter, almond milk. The fridge makes ice. The freezer makes ice. And that's all I need. I'll live off of that. So, yeah, I think that would be good. And outside of the Buffalo Wild Wings that we went incredibly hard on yesterday, it hasn't been crazy. Like, Chipotle is not the end of the world. And also, like, I haven't even finished mine. And it's the third day. So I had, like, part of it day one, part of it yesterday. Still haven't finished it. So, portion-wise, not terrible. And then what else is there?
Wings.
Yeah, we had wings. But didn't we have something else? Breakfast.
Yep.
I ate a lot yesterday.
That was breakfast. I guess it's also not the worst, but there was just a large amount of breakfast.
Yeah. Heavy on the potatoes, I think, is the biggest. Yeah, me too. That bed of tater tots was really nice.
It was very good.
But I got to say, that border one.
Was that the one I didn't eat? What was in there?
It was just kind of like more, I guess, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but it was really good. It didn't have, like, it was more moist in consistency than the tater tots being primarily dry, but it was like melted cheese and salsa. It was good.
Yeah, I was trying to put my finger on why I was feeling so bad, and it's because I haven't worked out since like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's been about 5 days, 6 days.
You think that's it?
Probably. I mean, I usually work out every day, and I just took some time off, and that's not the worst.
No.
I was feeling all crampy and whatnot, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let myself rest for a week, and this will be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. This week I've been doing very lightweight stuff, and it still feels heavy. And, like, part of me is actually consciously doing the lighter stuff just because of how smoky it's been. Like, is it bad to be?
That's not the worst.
Yeah, especially with how much cardio you do. I don't know if it'd actually be too good to be.
I remember telling you about that when it was like actually smoky over here, and you were like, I don't know that would make you more tired, blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm feeling it. And I talked to Brian about that yesterday when I was collecting stuff, and he said the same. He's like, I haven't been working out. Not that he ever really does, but you know what I mean? Like, that was kind of like the excuse. I know my mom mentioned something like that, but
So I mean, either way, I don't blame you. I think it's fine. Take your time. Resty.
Might as well. I've just been tired. Work has been like busy, stressful. I had like a weird revelation. I think it was either Friday or yesterday at some point when I was thinking about work and how it's a job. I guess, like, if I do my things, like, it was just a way for me to try and relax this weekend and not be stressed out. Like, I just do what I need to do and don't be, like, emotionally invested, I guess. Just, like, do the steps and then try to take a little step back and just kind of remember, like, there's more to life than stressing about work, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, it's, like, an obvious feeling, but, like, I was just kind of like, whoa, I'm really burnt out. Like, I kind of just need to remember that I'm just doing my job. Yeah. And, like, then everything else, I don't have to think about work all the time. Like, try and just relax and, like, know that it'll still be there on Monday. And, like, I'm just going to try and be more like done at 5.
Yeah.
Like, cause I've been getting overwhelmed during the day. So like I try to have nothing left over, and I still can't. Like there's still some things that I don't get caught up on, but I want to be able to just be like, that's it.
Yeah.
And like it'll be there tomorrow. Like nothing is urgent, and then just do that. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
really challenging for a
down.
lot of people. I think that it's really good that you're talking about this because, I mean, in general, I think maybe it's the fear of general fear of failure.
Losing a job.
Yeah, failure, losing a job, financial stress, like all of these motivators to be heavily invested in what you're doing, like what we do for work, you know? And then do you think your boss is thinking about you on the weekend as much as you're thinking about, like, I don't know, something that may have bothered your boss, or meeting goals or whatever it is, like
probably.
And
they're
maybe
probably thinking about it.
maybe they are, because maybe they're just like one step up in the system. But it seems like, and I don't know, I can't generalize, but it seems like from stuff that I've been watching, especially lately in regards to business and like business owners, a lot of jobs seem to be hiring people without the expectance that they do a great job and stay forever. Like no matter what, you make the company a lot of money because they're making way more money than like what you make the company. Right. So it's like we get so stressed out about these things, but the reality is like you are performing well at your job and you're making the company a lot of money. So there's really no reason to be so concerned.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I that's like one thing that I actually, I mean, I haven't had a job interview, a formal job interview in a long time, but that's something that I used to mention as a strength, is just being able to check out when it's done. And
you use that as a strength?
I mean, I think some folks find that to be an asset. Like I'm not overly worried about what's going on to the point where it's like, I don't know. I guess theoretically, if I'm not working on a weekend and I'm not on call, if I were so worried as to where I'm like also checking emails and stuff and reaching out to people, it's not helpful. It's just like getting in the way almost because of my anxiety, if that were the case. So, I mean, some people get very invested, and I think even in regards to therapy, it's probably best to not be like always thinking about everyone's life and stuff like that. So I think it's a strength. I think that you would feel better if you weren't thinking about work just like you were saying. So I think it's a strength.
Yeah.
But it's hard as well, I think, for a lot of people to do.
One of the things that I came into my mind just now that like I could use towards thinking about work is like, I don't know that this is what I want to do forever. Obviously, we've had that discussion before. But then like even the particular role that I have in my work group, the people that get promoted or move up in the system, which I know if I put in effort, I could probably get there. But again, it's kind of like they are so stressed. Like I've talked to all of like the senior account manager people, and like they always have so much on their plate, which I already would struggle with. But the thing too is like they're all favorites. And I don't know.
Like they're friends with one another, or they're favorites to
favorites
like a
and like the high
person?
that's exactly it. And when I think about where I'm at, I'm way more quiet. Any of our team calls and stuff, they're all very loud in the sense that they kind of talk over each other, and I've never been that person. And if they wanted to hear me talk, like fine, I'll talk, but there's one person in particular I can think of that's always been really quiet, and I know that like there were some things happening and now she's much more vocal.
Okay.
And I think that like is just because she's trying to move up in the system, which I think if you're smart and you've got the ideas, you put it out there, you don't have to be vocal, but that just seems to be like the bosses, like the people that are more like friendly and like it's a weird dynamic, and I see it. It's very obvious. I've never asked anyone else about that because I'd be too afraid, if they don't see it or don't feel the same way, I'd be kind of like, oh, well, now you know how I feel about this. But I guess, I don't know. It's just weird. I'm kind of rambling about it, but I know that's one thing. I don't think I would ever be able to promote as quickly as some of these other ones that are more chatty and everything, just because it seems like certain people favor that over just being more quiet. So it's very weird.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder what exactly that is. Like, is the chattier you are, does that mean that you're more motivated or interested? And like, because I guess if I think about Story to Record, Garrett coming out here and like talking to me about it and showing like some sort of passion for it, is like a reason why I would want him to work with me versus somebody who may have more skills who just doesn't care or doesn't talk to me about it. Now, with that said, that's like absolutely nothing in regards to Grubhub and that whole corporate ladder, but maybe it's like, I don't know, if you're quiet, then you probably aren't as passionate about it.
You think?
Maybe.
You think that that's how they think about it? Maybe
I don't know.
It could be true.
I mean, I don't really know, but like, I guess we know that relationships do matter in the business world.
Right.
And it's a lot easier to get a job when you know somebody who works somewhere than if you're just putting your resume in. So
maybe I just suck at my job. It's funny. I think of a lot the ones that are friends, and I've told you about this before, like the ones that are like hanging out with like the boss person outside of work, and then they talk about it, and it's just kind of awkward on the call because everyone's listening to it, and they're like, why would you bring this up? Like, why are you hanging out outside of work? And like this particular person that was hanging out has already moved up several roles, you know what I mean? But they're hanging out with the boss outside of work, so it's kind of like, maybe that plays into, you know what I mean? Like clearly, and that's why the favoritism thing comes up. So it's like, oh, clearly they're doing stuff. But where was I going with that?
I think we've all had, oh, that light's flickering right now for some reason. Maybe it's dying. Could you try turning it down, the down arrow? If you could hit that a few times. Let's see. There you go. Oh, okay. Weird. Yeah, I mean, I've worked at jobs, and I'm assuming that you have, and probably people listening have worked at jobs where there's somebody who's not as good as you at doing the job, but they have a better role, or it like the boss seems like they like them more, and then it's just based around like how much they can be friendly with the boss, and that can be tough too, because you'll like, somebody's like bad at the job or annoying or inappropriate or whatever, and then it's like, well, the boss really likes them, so
that reminds
me
again where I was going with that is that like how I've suggested like I put in friend referral sort of things for a couple different people, and they've never been hired, which is fine, right. But yet the ones that are more favored, in my opinion, they have suggested people, and then they'll bring them aboard, and then they talk about how they all know each other, and I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool. So like clearly, like if they're good in with the boss, that they could be able to get more people, their friends involved. I don't know. And this could all this is just a theory. Like it could not be like that at all. I don't know. But I don't think anyone from work listens to this, but if they do, whatever.
I mean, it's just like a real thing, right? Yeah.
But that, I mean, I just think about, this is all like within my head the last couple of days, trying to be a little less stressed about work. These are just things that I think of, like, I'm fine where I'm at. I'm not at risk. Like, everything's good. I've got a financial plan for this job. Like, everything will be fine. It's just like a weird realization to try and like be less stressed out about it. There are certain things that it's just, it helps me feel better, like knowing that it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're fine. There's like, I don't know. Do you want a higher position?
No.
Right.
Nah, that sounds way stressful. But I'm also, again, like if it was something that I loved and pictured myself doing well in it, like, I would try not work a little harder. I do work really hard, but you know what I mean? Like show the interest and being promoted and moving up. But again, because it's just sort of something that I fell into even, and it's just happened to work out and been convenient in certain ways. That's kind of like, I'll just roll with it, see what happens. Maybe things will change a little bit because our roles just have changed from like account manage type things to success managing. And then now it's like sales. We do a lot of that. And I know we've talked about this, but again, don't like sales. So it makes it harder for me to really want to feel like I should be
doing it,
wanting to move up or,
Yeah. It's tough
boring
being
sorry.
somewhere. No, I mean,
boring.
it's just tough being somewhere you
I'm
don't want to be.
I'm just a complainer.
No, I think like probably everybody listening to some extent is doing something they don't really want to be doing, or they're stuck somewhere they don't really want to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many people do you think are listening to this where they're like, I have my dream job or I own my dream company? Probably
Not too many, I'm sure.
Many. So I think it applies to everybody. It's even if you're like, I want to do this. Say you went to college because you really wanted to do something and you made that decision when you were 17 or 18, like, I love horses, so I'm going to become a horse doctor.
That's what I thought you were going towards there. I'm a horse person.
I want to become a horse.
Yeah.
So they go to school, they get their doctorate in horseology, and they become a horse.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 years later, they're like, I'm making great money. I'm a doctor of horse.
I'm a horse.
I am a horse. People are paying a lot of money every day for me to horse around, but I'm not having fun with it anymore.
That makes it hard.
But I did all this school and everything, and it was fun, but I'm burnt out, or I'm really interested in tuna fish now. So like maybe I want to be a tuna fish, but I chose this route of being a horse. And even if it was the best decision at that time, a few years later, you could not be so interested in it. Yeah. And I used to beat myself up about that up until pretty recently, actually. Just even like with hobbies and stuff, like martial arts. Yeah. I just stopped doing martial arts.
I'm not mad about it, though.
Yeah. No, I know.
Is it doing it again?
I feel like it's just continuously getting brighter and brighter. I don't really understand what's going on over there. I don't know. Sorry if that's distracting for anybody seeing a flickering behind.
You're the only
one. Well, I mean, maybe they do. Is it wobbling? There's a tightener next to that ball joint.
Oh, it's weird because it's tight.
Nice. Here we go. So yeah, you could be a horse. And you could love horsing around, and then you just don't love it anymore. And I think that's fine. I just think that maybe we beat ourselves up too much for. I would beat myself up a lot for
being a horse.
I got a keyboard, and I thought I'm going to learn keyboard, and I'm going to really enjoy it, and I'm going to do it, and it's going to be fun. And it was fun, and I did enjoy it. But I also don't feel like I have all of the time to focus on this. There are things that are more fun to me.
I had a random thought, and this is, I don't know how you'll take this, and maybe I don't think it's bad, but like, what
She's
if
mad.
No, I'm not mad, sorry. Like the hobbies that you do,
yeah,
and maybe more recently than not, or like the things that you want to do or plan.
Yeah.
I know you've mentioned that you've been a little stressed about business stuff, just like it needs, trying to get it going and picking things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Perhaps are you picking up certain things or wanting to do stuff as like kind of a mental way of like having something else to focus on instead of like, like distractions or reasons to say that things haven't been picking up. You know what I mean? Like, if that, does that make sense?
No.
Like,
I'm not trying to use anything else as an excuse.
Yeah.
For business, no. I feel like I was moving so fast in the beginning because everything was laid out for me.
Yeah.
Like, I know I have to order this. I have to get shirts. I have to do this. I had like essentially like a checklist in my mind of these are all of the things. And then once you're in business, no one's telling you exactly how to do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So like the it's on me part is where I'm struggling. And I've reached out to people. I feel like I put a decent website up with search engine optimization so people could find it. I'm running ads, but I didn't hire somebody to make the ads, so maybe it would be better if that were the case. But like, I don't want to make excuses for it. I think that being in business might just be a difficult thing.
Yeah.
So I don't have as much stuff to keep me busy with it right now because I don't have to order this or order that. But at the same time, I get it. I get kind of down because I'm like, what's next?
Right.
So there's that. And then there's also like I love it, but I don't like the editing part, which takes like 2 weeks. And so that makes me not love it as much because I know once I go to the job and I do the job, the back end takes so much. And it probably wouldn't take as much if I were better at it. But I'm not. I mean, there are other people that, like, if I made enough money, the first thing I would do is hire an editor.
Yeah.
So that if I just went to people's places and interviewed them and then sent the files off to somebody else, I would be way more motivated, I think, to even like get the jobs because then I know like I'm not going to be spending weeks and weeks
working on it.
Yeah. So it's tough. I believe in story to record. I believe in what it means and what it is.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I guess other than trying to get better at promoting in general, promoting me or story to record or this, like us, whatever it is, I'm trying to get better at it. That's a hurdle as well because sometimes I'm just like, what is there to say, or what is like, how do I promote? Do I put my face on the story to record social media? Because otherwise, if I'm relying on only the content that I've recorded so far, it's kind of hard to just put out more and more ads because it's like the same 4 people or 5 people. So yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, I know that I like doing this a lot.
Yeah.
And when we don't do this, I don't like how I feel. Just like working out. But I'm not passionate about working out to the extent where I want to like give workout tips or record myself working out because there are millions of people who do that. I just like working out. So that's cool. But this is like the only other thing where if I don't do it, I feel weird.
Yeah.
Like uncomfortable. Like yesterday, I really wanted to do it. And I could have done it. I didn't feel well. So we waited until today, and then I just like, I don't know. I just like want to do it. So I think if I can if I can get business to a place where it's so regular that I feel weird if I'm not doing it, that would be great. But I don't know what to do right now. And then in the meantime, I guess, and especially with work being what it is, I think it's going to be an asset to me, whether it be like any sort of gain financially or whatever, but like doing the show with Josh, I think will be nice because then it's also a week-to-week recording of our whatever like whatever we want to talk about. So I know that it'll be fun, and I know that I'll like it. So it's not going to be difficult to do, especially with Mondays looking like they are for now. So
you guys are going to do that on Monday?
I don't know, but
makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So I just think it's going to be fun, and the more I can just like be real, quote unquote, or just enjoy what I'm doing, I think the better I'm going to feel overall. And with that said, like, I'm a positive person.
Very positive. Oh, sorry. Real quick, just side story that reminded me. Remember I was talking about the hair dream I had last night? I had a dream. There was some lady and you were positive and she was positive and you essentially left me for her, but I did it on like an okay level because you both made each other so happy because you were both so positive. It was really weird. Anyways, carry on.
That is weird. I don't feel like I mean, this is maybe a strange thing to say, but I don't feel like I know too many females, certainly not personally, but just in general, who are constantly positive. Well, I'll take that back. My therapy supervisor is very positive.
Wow.
Very positive.
Sorry, I don't remember who it was or if it was just a random person in my dream, but I was very accepting of it. I was like, you know what? If that makes you happy and you're all happy, go for it. It's really weird.
Wow. Well,
was not me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm not positive.
No. But I mean, doesn't matter. Even my mom, who I find to be like, who is the most incredible, nicest person ever, she wasn't, I wouldn't say she was like me. And as far as just letting everything go.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, but I've always been like this.
Yeah.
So I don't really know the other way, and I don't care to know the other way, you know? So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's helpful. No, it's okay. It's helpful. But I feel like in order to stay this way long term, it's probably best that I continue to do things that make me happy.
Yeah.
And in life, I've like always kind of done that. But it's also simple for me to be happy. I like to play video games with friends. Shout out to all my friends who I play video games with. What's up, Jesse? Speaking of, Jesse and Bailey, I think they're recording their first episode right now.
That was so funny when you were Facetiming with them. Was that Friday night?
Yeah.
I got real drunk.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. But yeah, they're doing their first episode now, and it's like, that makes me like so strangely happy. And I don't know if it's like, if it would be just because it's friends doing it, or really if anyone was just like, I want to do this now. Like, I got really excited when Doug said he was going to do a podcast, although that I don't think happened. Shout out to Doug, though. It's exciting for me. So I wonder, like, would me helping people set up podcasts or record podcasts be something that makes me really happy, you know? So maybe. I think, like, I have this business in place, and I would like to get to a place where I can be working on it more than in it, so to speak. Shout out to Flash Film Academy. Ty Turner, what's up? So I would like to get to a place where I'm doing that, but I also don't feel like I should stop doing other stuff too that makes me happy.
No, like, I feel like well, no, this won't make any sense because I don't know any examples really, but I'm assuming that smart, successful people have probably tried many things before they really got to what, worked for them.
Yeah, I would hope so. And I mean, there are a lot of smart, successful people who don't start something of their own. They just get very advanced in whatever industry they want to go into. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody is like very, very much into furniture sales on a large level. So instead of creating their own furniture business or store, they work with like corporate IKEA so they can oversee like huge sales of furniture. I don't know why I chose that. That sounds entirely boring, but
IKEA.
That is an option, and you can be successful and happy doing that. I just feel like it would be so nice to do it for myself. At this point, I just feel like I could. COVID makes it hard too, because I really wish I could just show up to an assisted living place and be like,
this is what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have residents who have activities that suck. Here's one that would be cool.
Right.
Or your residents don't want to do any of the activities. We'll come to them. We'll make it easy. Yeah. So I don't know.
Just
I don't want to
weird
make
time.
excuses for it not working because I'm trying to be creative about it too.
Yeah.
It's just tough. And I'll work for free. I have worked for free and continue to an extent, but like it would be really nice for it to be a positive thing.
Yeah.
Like the reality is if I could just get a few jobs a month, it would be enough to just cover.
It will.
my
It will
expenses.
get there though. I believe that it will. I think it'll be fine. Give it, even if it's until the end of COVID or whatever is going on, everyone's sick, everything's on fire. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna shut it down because the reality is I don't have any overhead right now outside of like the website subscription and like the proposal subscription, but those are kind of smaller expenses on the grand scheme. So with the small amount of expenditure related to it, I feel like it's probably worth letting it live.
Mm-hmm.
And it is worth letting it live. I'm not going to stop promoting it or trying to do stuff for it. I guess I just feel like I'm kind of stumped. I just realized it's 3:00.
Yeah. What time are we meeting people?
3:30.
Where? In Boulder?
Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah. We should probably wrap it up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we got to go. I enjoyed this one. This was nice.
Very, just work heavy, but that's okay. Very deep into thoughts. It's one of those days. I'm very tired already.
Yeah, deep
I
woods.
slept till 11, basically, and I'm tired already.
Yeah.
I've been awake for 3 hours or 4 hours.
We're going to be even more tired after we eat pizza, that's for sure.
I know. I'll drive.
So. Well, we should go.
Yep.
I love you, B.
Love you.
This was fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will catch you next week for episode 56.
It'll be 2 hours long.
It might
Just kidding.
It might be 2 hours long. So until then, take care. Be well. Stay safe or whatever.
And not on fire.
Not on fire. Take care.